Namaste Ray, how are you?
Namaste, Vikas. I'm good, thank you.
Yeah. So let's talk about I'm here in Dharamshala today. And where are you now?
I'm in Brisbane, Australia.
Okay. So the weather of Dharamshala is very good today. After 3 days long rains and monsoon just arrived here. So weather is
Oh,
bit
nice.
nice and cool. And
Good, good.
so monsoon is a bit late this year, but finally it's arrived here. So
Oh, good
yeah,
news.
temperature around 20 degrees where I am. So how's it
Ah,
weather there?
yeah, well, we've got a beautiful day. Of course, we're in the middle of winter now, but Brisbane being subtropical, today I think is about 22 degrees and it's beautiful and sunny. Lovely day.
Okay,
Not a good day, though, to be in the office. I'd like to be out there, but never mind.
okay. Let me introduce you to my friends. So here's Mr. Ray Baker, and he's in my language, I must say, he's a trekking guru, and so he's trekking there like maybe last 40 years. And
Yes.
so he's a founder and director of the company called Backtrack in Australia. It's quite a well-known company for the people who know the trekking world. And so let me come over to you, Ray, so you can tell about yourself and your uh, company and your trekking things.
Thanks, Vikas. Yes, as Vikas said, I'm a founder and owner of Backtrack Adventures. We're based in Brisbane, Australia. We were founded in 1984. We did our first treks in the Himalaya, in Nepal. And over the past 36 years, and it's actually today is our 36th anniversary
Oh, great day to
of when we were founded.
meeting.
Yes, yes. And so since then, now, as well as being a tour operator, we're also a travel agent
Yeah.
as well. And we've branched out into many, many destinations. But we still trek in my favourite part of the world, the Himalaya.
Yeah.
And unfortunately, travel has been curtailed because of coronavirus. But as I keep telling everybody, one day we're all going to wake up with the news that they have discovered an effective vaccine.
Yeah.
And then from then on, things will gradually improve. And I hope it's not too long before I'm back in the Indian Himalaya.
Okay. Thank you, Ray. So yeah. So that's already you answered that how it's been 40 years and you had already your 40th anniversary with the trekking in I forgot the name last year
Uh,
2019 yourself. Yeah.
yes,
Yeah.
yes. Actually, Backtrack has been going for 36 years,
Mhm.
but I did my first trek um, as a private individual 40 years ago.
Okay. That's
Yes,
good. Yeah.
yeah.
So that's all like it's like common question people ask me, and I'm gonna ask you now that what makes you wanting uh, coming back again and again for trekking and
Well, I love the outdoors, you know, in all its forms, good weather, bad weather. I just think to get out in the fresh air is just such a healthy,
yeah,
stimulating thing to do. And I particularly love the Himalaya area
yeah,
because it has a lot of challenges um, and the most beautiful views that you could imagine.
thank you.
But also, I love the Himalayan people.
Okay,
They
thank you.
are so welcoming, friendly, generous, and, you know, I think I may do a trek, the same trek time and time again, but it's never the same because it's always with different people for a
Yeah.
start. And there's always a lot of unpredictability about a day on the trail in the Himalaya.
Yeah, we say mountain moods. They always different. Every time you go,
Yes.
is a different mood.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
So, yeah. So I know it's hard to ask, but like all of you, like you traveled all nothing all around the world, track almost all the routes in Himalayas. So which one is your like? I don't want. I want to ask you that number one or something, but which one you like most? Which track or which route area or tracking you like?
Well, it's very difficult
Yeah,
to name my
difficult
best one,
also.
but I do have some favourites. I have two in particular in India that I like. One is over the Pinpavati Pass.
In Parvati Pass, yes,
Yes, yes. Into Spiti.
yes,
That is just a beautiful trek, very varied, very remote.
yes.
And my other one is one that you're very familiar with, and that is the Barabungal trek.
Oh yeah,
I think that we did that together last year,
yes,
and I think for variety, for challenge, for remoteness, and the fact that you can be in a country of over 1 billion people,
yeah,
and then you can find yourself for nearly 2 weeks
yeah,
in an area where all you see is some local shepherds.
yes,
I think that's a wonderful thing. And of course, along the Barabungal Trail, the villages that we did call into, the people were so friendly and welcoming and generous and authentic,
yes,
not affected by mass tourism.
yes.
Yes.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's the Bada Bengal is also my favorite track. Like I must say, it's my number
Yeah.
one priority if I need to go trekking,
Yes. Yeah.
and also the point of view of the a trekker who wants to go have all the experience. So I think Bada Bengal
Yes.
has everything that a trekker needs. Bada Bengal can offer you anything like
Yes.
high altitude mountain passes, big, huge, long glaciers, lakes,
Yeah.
and that remote
Yeah.
villages and these
Yeah.
shepherds and views.
Yeah.
You have no
Big
words for the views.
rivers.
Yeah, yes, rivers.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Everything
I
a trekker
also,
needs. Yeah,
yes,
please.
yes. I also, while we're on favourites, a special place in my heart is also in Nepal, where
Yes,
I did my first high altitude trek. Again, it's very hard to say my favourite treks in
yes,
Nepal. Even the Mount Everest Base Camp trek, although I've done that many, many times, the mountain views never fail to impress me,
yes,
and
sure.
just the scale, the size of everything around you, it never fails to move me.
Yes, yeah.
And I think also in my top 3 treks would be Kanchenjunga Base Camp
Kanchenjunga base. Yes,
in the remote eastern part of Nepal is a very special trek for me as well. I first did that in 1988, and I've done it about 7 or 8 times since.
okay.
And it still sees very, very few trekkers.
Yeah, so Kanchenjunga base. That's in my bucket list. If I got time, I'll go
Yeah,
one day.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
So that recently you you said or you declared that you're gonna be retired. So
Yes,
retiring from the work. So that include trekking also, or you just retiring from
Oh,
the
no.
office work?
No, I'm going to keep trekking. Today is my first day that I am no longer um, an owner and director of Backtrack. I will be staying here in the office
Yeah.
in a transition period until September, and then I will be retired. But I still hope to lead treks from time to time
Yes.
as required. But whether I'm actually working leading treks, if not, I will still continue trekking as a private citizen, so to speak.
Okay,
Yes.
that's
Yeah.
good to know because
You haven't seen the
I'm sure.
last of me yet, Vikas.
Yeah, no, I'm looking forward to have like few more tracks with you because that
Yes,
Bada
mate.
Bengal
Yeah.
track was just, I think, just a start.
Yes, mate.
So yeah, I still
Yes.
remember that first we met in 2015, I think, when you came to
Yes.
Dharamshala and we did a small track like 3 or 4 days towards Kareri Lake, and then
Yes.
that's the
Beautiful.
time where you decided you like I was very really happy the first time somebody asked me that which one is your favorite track, and I want to do that.
Yes.
So I told Bara
Yeah.
Bengal, and I said, okay, maybe it's happened, but it did happen 2019. You came with a
Yes.
big group. It was 14 people, I think.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
So
And one thing I really liked about that was it started from Manali,
yes,
and it was my first time in Manali,
yes,
and it was just a great staying there
yes,
for a couple of nights, and
yeah,
you showing us around the sites of Manali, and then as we left Manali, walking up the road and then into the forest and
yes,
up the ridge and into the mountains, and for most of that day we were looking back down the valley on Manali, and it was getting smaller and smaller and smaller.
yeah.
And yes, the honeymoon capital of Nepal, of India. Sorry,
Yeah, yeah,
honeymoon capital of India. Yeah,
yeah. So you start from honeymoon capital to India, and then you go really remote and isolate in the mountains, and then you end up trekking
yeah,
in another tourist capital of India called Dharamshala.
yes,
Which one
yes, and
that's why I think the most reason I like this track because you starting from somewhere and you ending up in my home. This track.
yes,
So that's
yes,
about, when you finish your track and
yes,
you finish right in your home, that's the best way to relax. Because
yes,
yeah, yeah,
yeah. It's really good because it's just a short time up the road to McLeod Ganj,
yeah,
and then you can walk out of McLeod Ganj into the
yeah,
Himalayas.
yes,
Yeah,
yeah.
very, very nice.
So I think as you said before that, everything's like people are still very worried about things, but yeah, you said like one day we hear a news there's a good vaccine of the COVID-19 and it's all going to be all right and
Yes,
I
yes.
think
It
I'm looking
it won't
forward.
happen.
Yes,
It
please.
won't. Things won't improve immediately. You
Yes,
know, people's lives will still be difficult
yes,
for a while after they get a vaccine, but I think it will be a continual improvement.
yeah.
You know, yeah.
So it will improve. So do you wanna advise some young trackers that like just started tracking and they tracking career or they think so it's not a big career or hard it's not there's no future or the trackers young trackers about the something if you have any mind.
Okay. Yes. Well, I think a very important thing is to be physically fit enough to do it. You
Yes,
know,
of
you
course.
can have some long, tough days on difficult trails, and the fitter you are, the more you would enjoy that experience.
Yes,
And of course, make sure you've got the right equipment, good quality equipment. You don't want it to fail on you.
yes,
I think, and a very important, always trek with a local
yes,
who knows the area, you know,
yes,
who can speak the language, who understands the customs, and you will have a friend, someone to protect you. You'll have a teacher, well, you know, just someone to share the experience with.
Yeah. And you have to love the mountains.
Yes, you do.
Yes.
Well, if you don't, if you're like me, you'll soon get to love the mountains.
Yes. Yeah, that's good advice. Yeah. Okay, so I won't take you much time of yours, and looking forward again. I think do again with you next Bada Bengal adventure maybe in September 2021.
Yes.
And many more
Fingers
adventures
crossed.
in future. Finger crossed.
Yeah.
Thank you, Ray.
Yes.
So nice again. It was a pleasure to talk to you. Namaste.
Namaste, and thank you very much for the opportunity. Thank you.
Thank you, Ray.